Atoll Station. Everyone. Battle Station. We have 31 allies. We're going up against 44 enemies. I believe Cats was in first place. Aberdeen takes that over. Mono Bear's now in second. Blue War takes over first. Disillusionist is in second. Now in first. Mono Bear's in second. Blue War is in third. Blue War is in second. Disillusionist ends up in third as Mono Bear takes over first. Disillusionist is in second again. Blue War Swede is in third. As we go for the last batch of enemies. Kill a couple of epics, Monster Bait and Mavin, and we are done. We have won. Disillusionist is in first place with 12 assists. Mono Bear is in second place with 11 kills. Blue or Swede is in third, 5 and 5. We have gold twice. Do we have the lady? How about an Onatikun, a Dr. Derp? Well, Bluer is there to get the gold. Paladin are not claimed yet, so Sigma gets a Paladin and Bajan gets gold too. And we move on to a hard battle on the way to the gold chest, and I need to hit the right button for it to start the battle. And I need to place tanks. Tank. So we're gonna go here. Probably have put myself closer to the line, but meh. And yeah, half an hour to see how this turns out. Oh, wait a minute. It's past 8 a.m. I forgot I need to check the shop. Anything that is not level 30. And I am above 20k, so I get a refresh. And there we go. All right, now I can go back here and check in on the viewer side, where anything not level 1 is getting purchased, and I only have 3 refresh. That's 2. That's 3. And considering that we're between events, I might drop to 2 refresh only. Money's going down. And good morning, everyone. Good morning and welcome to Wednesday, Hump Day. For those of us who work on that schedule, I hope you have good hiking boots, because we need to go up the hump. We need to look into the distance and see if we can find a weekend approaching. I hope your week went well. Mine is going well. I hike on hump day. Well, it's a hump. You have to hike up the hump so you can look over and see if the weekend is approaching. And good morning, Micanthrope. Welcome to the stream. My week is going well. I hope yours is too. I took yesterday off, as some of you may have noticed. The goal was to go chocolate hunting. Discounted chocolate hunting. Did not find those I was looking for. To be fair, Christmas or the holiday discount, the holiday special is always a crap shot when it comes to the chocolates I'm looking for. Because the one I like are the Cadbury mini eggs. Hershey has a version of that. And they're not as popular over the holidays. They have at least Cadbury has a Christmas version of them. And they're not as popular. So and this time They weren't there. Well, they had the small bags, but those, even discounted, those aren't really worthwhile. But, because they were discounted, it let me try a few different things. One of which that Dr. Derp recommended that I try are these. Basically, the stick version of the After Eights, which these are really good. The other one that I tried was the Walmart version of Terry's orange chocolate orange. And those are, for being the Walmart brand, surprisingly good. I was also surprised that Terry's oranges were not on discount. I guess they're no longer a holiday thing. Use my Christmas money to get myself a few extra things. Moccasins, slippers, and a pair of sweatpants for after my work, because I've discovered that I'm much more sensitive to cold now. And they are very comfortable and very warm. Discovered that yesterday, and it was nice. Otherwise, yesterday I watched a movie. Well, actually, I watched a movie, tried to watch a second one, and I'm discovering something about how I approach movies versus how they are advertised. The movie that I watch is Spectral. It's a 2018, I think, and both of them are science fiction movies. The other one is Extinction, which I think is in this. I think that one might be more recent. I don't pay attention to that. I liked Spectral. I did not care for Extinction. I could not finish Extinction. And I'm realizing that while they're both pushed as science fiction, Spectral was science fiction. Extinction was a family drama wrapped around science fiction. And when somebody tells me this is a science fiction movie, I'm realizing I'm expecting something rather specific. I'm expecting a movie where the science fiction element is the reason for the movie, which is why Extinction did not work for me, because the science fiction element is the excuse for their family drama. Well, no, it's not even the excuse. It's the canvas on which the family drama happens. So, yeah, this is not a judgment on either one. Well, Spectral was good. I liked it. On Extinction being bad. Just that I'm realizing that advertising for movies, I need to be more cautious. I need to explore a bit more what they are before I go in to see something. That might be why, on the whole, I like Marvel. Because Marvel are very, very upfront about what they are, and they're not joking around. So that, if I go see a Marvel movie, good or bad, I know what I'm going in for. You prefer the sci-fi element forward. Well, if something is going to be called science fiction, yeah, I want the science fiction element to be front and center, and I want to be pretty much driven about exploring that element. Using Extinction as an example, I would have liked to have seen the advertising for that, marketed, well, not marketed, but, make it clearer that it's a family drama. Because then I would have known what to expect, and I would have basically looked at it and go, okay, do I want to watch a family drama in a science fiction setting, or do I not? And the reason I say it's not good or bad is that I do both. If you look at Death by Predation, I'm very upfront about this is a relationship story, wrapped around a procedural. Like I'm not interested in having somebody come in expecting a procedural for them to then be disappointed because, well, the procedural is kind of the excuse to explore the relationship between the characters. You watch Poor Things in New Year's. And Happy New Year to you too. Has some element of fantasy steampunk, but kind of a Frankenstein monster journey of self-discovery through the lens of a woman. Ah, I have heard of it. Doesn't like I've heard of it, and it hasn't piqued my curiosity enough for me to take steps to watch it. All right, today it is Breaking Step, Chapter 73. You loved it. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. Um, I mean, knowing what you've told me about it, like I'm not, the Frankenstein story has never really meant much to me. Um, and again, this is no judgment on any of those stories, movies. It's just me. Like it does not pull me to watch it. Not to say I'll never watch it. And, I may very well be surprised. Like, it's not as interesting as the monster. Well, yeah, yeah. Like there's been movies that I've gone in not really interested in, but I don't know, wanting to just look at them, and they've been surprisingly good. And maybe me stepping into them not expecting anything is why they ended up being good, because then my expectations weren't, but yeah, I cannot go, I will enter into this movie without expectations. It is or it isn't there. And the movies that I remember doing that to me tend to be very outside my usual, um, my preferred genre. Like I don't remember what the title of the movie was, but it's basically a light romantic comedy, like very light. Like it's not overly funny, it's not overly romantic. It's a slice of life kind of story. And I don't remember why I got it. Might have been part of a pack or something like that. And I just, at one point I had nothing to do. I went, yeah, you know what? Let's just throw it in. And I remember finding myself enthralled by the storytelling, like how it just worked and it pulled me in, even though, there's no science fiction in it. There's no, like, it's literally pure drama. And those don't usually work for me. Usually I need an element around it. Like, I'm not a fan of drama on the whole. I like action, I like adventure. And I want my drama to be subservient to those rather than being the driving force. But for that one, I sat down and I really enjoyed it. Never watched it again, but in the moment, I really enjoyed it. Trailers are confusing. They either say too much or nothing at all. Yeah. I I watch trailers, but not that much anymore. Like, I follow a few YouTube sites that, all they do is post trailers for what's coming. And I will watch them, and most of the time I look at them and I'm okay, yeah, no. I, you know, and then the reviewers can be worse because it's almost impossible now. It's very difficult to find a reviewer who does not lean into the current woke hate. So that, when you have those reviewers going, oh, this is a great movie, you can sort of expect it to be all pro male. And then when they go, oh, it's a bad movie, you can always, you can go, okay, well, there's this little comment about how being not straight is fine. Yeah. Woke spot. Yeah. Like, I'm down to one reviewer who manages to, to bypass all of that. And when he does reviews, they're about the movie. It's about his opinion of the movie. Did he like it? Why did he not like it? And all that kind of stuff. But it is not about the content. It is not about the message. It's just about, okay, you know what? This was a boring movie. Or I had fun, by the time it was over, 2 hours had passed and I didn't realize it. Like, I like that. And he's kind of the one that I refer to if I want to know if a movie is something I will care for, because our tastes are similar, and where they're different, they're about the genre. Like, his tastes are very broad, mine are narrower. So when he talks about a horror movie and he loved it, well, it's horror movie. I know I'm not going to care that much about it or not want to see it. But when he touches on science fiction, on adventure, I can kind of go look at what he says, go into a movie and walk out with a very similar opinion of the movie as a whole. And I like that. You love horror movies. You love overly discontracting the theme and stuff. Yeah, I'm not like that. This is, which is probably amusing, me being a writer. But when I watch the movie, I just want to watch it. I do not want to sit down and learn something from it. That is not how I watch it. And I read something, or somebody said at one point that, once you start crafting stories, you can't watch or read anything else without, with just being a watcher reviewer. And, they were saying, yeah, there's the point. I can do it. Like, I don't, like, when I sit down to watch a movie, my brain turns off. And all I want to do is watch the movie. And the movie has to be very strong in one way or another for me to notice the storytelling. You don't want a movie to change it. He doesn't want a movie to change him. Fundamental art is meant to change a person. Yeah, it can. It doesn't have to. Like my writing doesn't change people. I mean, that is not the point of it. Um, like there is no moral in my story. There's no message. There's people who find messages in my story. Well, they are bringing the message. I tell the story. That's it. But I don't want to. I'm not aiming to be a deep writer either. Death of the author and all that jazz. Yeah, I mean, like, I have nothing against authors who write with a message. Cool. I mean, it's kind of what sells. So, but it's just, it goes down to know why you write and, write that. On the subject of what sells, have I seen the stuff about book talk being equivalent to fast fashion? I do not know what fast fashion is. So, and I don't, I know book talk is a thing. I know nothing about it. Uh, Fast fashion is the made order fashion apparel cater to the I want that and I want it now. I don't really care about the ethics of getting it to me. Huh. Okay. I did not know that. And how does book talk become the equivalent of that? Unless, well, I mean, I say unless, or does, or is that bringing AI in it? You know, people wanting or turning to AI. Publishers are looking to see what people are talking about, trying to find whatever author might have it in order to quickly get it to print. Ah, okay, cool. Well, cool. Um, I would be wary of the contracts in a situation like that. But nice, cool. I mean, I've had a few publishers uh, contact me on Wattpad and Scribble Hub because Dungeon Runner is popular there. I don't remember if they did it on Royal Road. I think Royal Road kind of has rules against that kind of stuff. And looked over the contract and turned them down pretty hard. Book Talk is a very lucrative source of engagement, which may or may not turn into money. Well, cool. Well, the thing is, I mean, I don't know about old fashioned. The thing is, Book Talk is a visual medium. You know, Book Talk requires me making a video about something. And, yeah, not gonna happen. I don't do videos. Or rather, I don't do the editing required to do videos. No, I cannot do a dance with my book. If I'm going to make an ass of myself, it's going to be on stream, not on video. That semicolon colon in dialogue is weird. Uh, you made it should be a comma, not a semicolon. Oh, you mean after the dog? Uh, yeah, semicolon for me is one of those things that I don't quite understand it the way it's been explained to me. is that it's made to bring to bring together two phrases that are linked but can exist independently. So, if I were to put a period here, it still works. But it doesn't feel right to me. You know, you made to quiver by a dog. Not a big one at that. Like, okay, yeah, that works, but it doesn't feel right. But a comma does not work to me. You made to quiver by a dog, not a big one at that. Like, it doesn't work. So if I'm in that middle ground, I throw in a semicolon. Yeah, well, I use it this way simply because that's what fits to me. Like, what am I going to use otherwise? Like, what am I going to use otherwise? And you use the M dash. The thing for me is an M dash is a break or an insertion. This is not an insertion and it is not a break. So the thing is, I don't see narration fitting here. Like, there's, again, like, yeah, it's all about balancing. And ellipses are for trailing off, in my opinion. You see, like, that's the thing. Like, there's how I view it, there's how they're supposed to be, and somewhere I have to make a decision, and this is it. Like, how I write is definitely should not be used as the way to write. But, to me, it comes down with use what works. And to me, that was, the odds are very good my editor's going to change it. My editor's a little stronger about using the proper method. And, by the time my book reaches him, I tend to just go along with it unless it brings in a major change. Like him putting ellipses there, I would veto, because Dawn is not trailing off. But anyway, we're going to have an advertising Stream Raider battle, and I will be right back. Battle station, everyone. Battle station. We have 48 allies. We're going up against 68 enemies. Sergeant K Dog starts in the lead. White Fox Mink is in second. Seriken Sama is now in first. White Fox is in second. Sergeant K Dog is in third. Seriken and White Fox fight for first. Seriken keeps it. Mavin takes over second. White Fox is in third. Mavin takes over first. White Fox is in second. Seriken takes over first again. White Fox takes over second. Mavin is in third. So we've got White Fox, Seriken. Oh, Flo is now in third place as the fighting ends. White Fox Mink is in first place, 2 kills, 14 assists. Seriken Sama is in second place, 2 kills, 13 assists. And Flo SB29 is in third with 14 assists. We have gold. Do we have the lady? And Onati-kun, a Dr. Derp. But then Bluer is there to get the gold. Lancers are not currently claimed by anyone. So Disillusionist gets the Lancer. And we move on to a hard battle before the gold chest. Alrighty, I am still on tanks. So, how about we do this here? And in half an hour, well, yeah, we'll get back to that. I want to check something. Oh, I've got 4 days. So, yep, half an hour to see how this turns out. And welcome to the stream, Oram. Sorry I did not properly greet you on your arrival. Hey, Monster Bait! Welcomes to the stream. How are you doing today? You're still in Europe? So. All right, so you have been added to the list. You will be there for a week. And anytime you are in a battle where Lancers are available, you will be getting them. Caveat being, if somebody else starts claiming them, I will rotate. Anytime that I notice you in the stream, the clock will get reset. Meaning that if you drop by once a week, you say hi, you hear me say your clock has been reset, well, then you can go away and never show up for another week. And you will keep getting them until you change your mind or stop dropping by the chat. So, yeah. How are you doing? Trying to get work done. Does that mean you're back home? You're still in Europe trying to draw Avatar. PNG tubing? What is that, Micanthrope? You have a drawing for your streaming avatar. So you mean a drawing instead of the cam view like I have, or something else? Your laptop likes to go into heavy graphic mode when you run YouTube or VideoTube. Interesting. drawing instead of, okay, cool. Yeah, you know what? Oh, and in the list of of things I did yesterday on my day off, I set up my new split keyboard mouse system on my gaming computer. Now that I've resolved the issue with the left side not responding, it turned out that it was the connecting cable the problem, and now it's going to be about getting used to it. Um, it's going to be interesting because it's different from the one I was using before. PTBR for a little bit. Help a friend out, do their avatar, and they've been using Discord basic setup. Thank you very much for the follow. Tao. Towsy? Towies? 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 Atoll. Station, everyone. Battle Station. We have 59 allies. We're going up against 107 enemies. Sigma's in first place. Sty's in second. Flo is now in third. Sty's in first again. Sigma's in second. Flo is in third. Yeah, tanks is for me. Let's see. Xazu is in second. Seriken is in first. Castani is in third. And we are now going up to meet with the last batch. Castani is in second. Xexu is in second. Castani is in third. Seriken is comfortably in first place as we go against the last of the enemies. And we are done. We have won. Seriken Sama is in first place, 4 killed, 34 assist. Xexu is in second place, 2 kill, 28 assist. And Castani is in third, 5 kill, 24 assist. We have gold across the board. Do we have the lady and Onati-kun, the Dr. Derp? Well, Bluer gets one of the gold. And the rest will go to Disillusionist and Believe Cats. And we move on to the gold chest. Where I am putting down the last of my tanks. Alrighty, so half an hour to see how this will turn out.